Hi, I'm Melinda Van Fleet, and welcome to the Good Karma Success Coach podcast. I'm an author, speaker, and success coach who helps women believe in themselves, build confidence, and take action. In 2009, my husband Ryan and I were laid off at the same time, and we moved to the Florida Keys without jobs, not knowing anyone, hardly any money, and we never even been here. But we made it. And now, not every day is sunshine and rainbows, but we're living our best lives. All along in our journey, I've always said that someday when we get our shit together, we will help others. So each week, my intent is to be relatable and bring you tactical tips, tools, share my learnings and stories that can help inspire or transform you wherever you are in your career or general life and make an impact. I strongly believe that if I can do it, you can do it too. So what's stopping you? Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Good Karma Success Coach podcast. I'm your host, Melinda Van Fleet, and there are no words to explain how excited I am to announce that I have a special co-host with me on this episode. And if she likes doing it, this may be a regular thing. I'm thinking it could likely be a regular thing. So I'm going to announce and introduce my gorgeous, beautiful niece, Sienna, as my co-host. I am so excited. And Sienna, just to give you a little topside information, and then she's going to introduce herself further. But Sienna is super passionate about nature, animals, crystals, oracle and tarot cards, and reading. So welcome, Sienna.
Hi.
Tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. And well, of course, my name is Sienna Krieg. I'm 15 years old and I live in northern Indiana with my mom, sister, my stepdad, and his kids as well. I have a summertime job, and in August, I will be a sophomore in high school. I absolutely love learning about angels, tarot, and crystals. And my dad passed away from brain cancer when I was only 3 years old, so I know he is here with us today. I also have an amazing cat named Lucky, which we can talk about sometime else.
Oh, yes. So awesome. And thank you for sharing that. I hope everyone also listened to this special podcast episode I released right prior to this podcast episode, which shares a little bit of background story and some of my intention and thoughts behind having Sienna as a co-host. And I hope it was just really inspiring and kind of set the stage for this podcast today. So I am going to kick it right off to Sienna because she does something as a ritual that I don't do. And I thought it'd be really fun for her to share what that is, share a little bit about it, and we'll have some conversation. And especially because we just had a full moon. So Sienna, take it away.
Well, first of all, I have an altar, and it's like something that can be a desk, a bookshelf, a table, and you can put anything you would like on it, anything that you treasure. It's just good. I like meditating by it. I just like doing prayers towards it and setting my intentions. And every week I do a different crystal and put a different crystal on it. And I also put a different intention every month for it.
Awesome. And where did you first learn about this idea?
I learned about it from a book, actually, that I got off the library. I saw it on a shelf and I was like, oh, I'm going to get this book. It looks cool. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you remember what it was called?
I think it's called The Goddess in the Details.
Ooh. Awesome. And it's so awesome that you go to the library.
Yeah.
How often do you go to the library?
Like every 4 weeks, maybe.
Wow. Do you go with your mom and with Sydney?
Yes.
Nice. That's really cool. So anyone out there, if you're listening, definitely check out your local library and get some things to borrow and check out. So we just had a full moon. So I believe you reset your altar, right?
Yes.
Cool. So what were some of the things that were on it last month, I guess you could say, or full moon period? And what are some things that you put on it for this full moon?
Last time I had different crystals, like more crystals with the third eye and the crown chakra. And I also didn't have as much decorations on it. I had some feathers on it, but not as much as I do now. And I also have a painting on it now that I painted just recently.
Oh, cool. And tell me about your painting.
Well, me and my sister wanted to paint, so we painted outside, and I drew a sky and then an ocean, and then I put mind, body, and soul on it.
Oh, wow. And that's the one you texted me a picture of, right?
Yes.
That is really, really cool. And what are some of the affirmations that you've done in the past, or maybe that you have now, whatever ones you feel like sharing?
The ones in the past I've had were helping with my hair grow and be more healthier. Also to remind myself that I'm balanced in all parts of my life and that the divine connects with me all the time.
That is so cool. Now I'm going to share what our conversation was before we hit record because it is so cool. And I'm glad that you felt comfortable sharing the affirmation about your hair. So my niece Sienna has always had thinner hair. And I think it was when I saw you in February, right, that I started to notice that it was getting a little thicker.
Yeah.
So when I went to stay with the girls in February, I totally noticed. I mean, nothing had been said to me. It's not like my sister told me that you guys were trying new shampoos. Like truly, I had no idea. And I noticed the difference in Sienna's hair. So when I pulled up the Zoom, we haven't seen each other for a few months, even though we text and share pictures and stuff like that, but we hadn't Zoomed in quite a while. And I totally, even more than February, noticed a difference in her hair. She now has big hair and has curl in her hair, which I know she doesn't use a curling iron. So she has like curl and bounce in her hair. So immediately I was like, oh my gosh, your hair. Yeah. When you shared with me that that was one of your intentions that you put on your altar, that is amazing. That is amazing. So did you also like meditate on it? Like give a little bit more background in case someone else out there is maybe struggling with something that they're self-conscious with, or, you know, just don't feel good about themselves. Like maybe share like a little bit more about how you set that intention.
Yeah. So when I put the intention on my altar, I would say every morning and night, right when I woke up and then right when before I went to sleep. And then also I would tell my hair that I love it and I would just care for it a lot and make sure that it's always healthy.
Yeah, that is amazing. That is really, really cool. And I hope that maybe sparks a little bit of inspiration out there to someone that may be struggling with something like that. But here's what I want to say, which is just really important. You put in the work. So you just told everyone that you had the intention every morning, right?
Yep.
And every evening.
Mm-hmm.
And when you took care of your hair, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what is important for everyone out there to really embody, is that it's not like Sienna wrote it on a piece of paper and forgot about it or got angry every day that her hair wasn't as she envisioned it to be. So that's what people miss in this step, is that they're not actually then doing the work. And that's why I talk about this a lot. Like the personal development space is so freaking ginormous because people don't do the work. So if you set an intention, you also have to be that intention, whether it's saying the affirmations, really feeling it in your body, doing it while, she was doing her hair and she was telling her hair that she loved her hair. And how long ago was that, would you say?
Probably 2 months ago, maybe.
Okay. And I was listening to something this morning, and I always have these feelings. I feel like once you have, and I'm generalizing for anyone out there, but just to give a point in time, I feel like once you really embody something, it takes about a couple months for the universe to kind of catch up. And I've seen this consistently throughout my life. And to what Sienna's saying about her hair, and obviously that's a growing situation, but it does take a couple months. So what happens is people get frustrated as humans in the waiting, in the void, as a lot of people call it, where you're waiting for something to happen and you give up, you lose faith, you bring on a negativity, and it sets the universe back. So then you have to start all over. And that's where people get lost or stuck. So really understanding that that's like a huge part of the law of attraction, of manifestation, is really overriding your humanness to have the things all kind of come together, because they have to catch up. I mean, it's like a recipe. When you start to make something, you put it all in the bowl and then you mix it up, but then it has to go in the oven to cook, right? So if you can just remember that simple analogy that, okay, now it needs time to cook. So I'm still going to be that person that loves my hair, that's saying I love you to my hair, that's having the positive affirmations every morning and every night, then you're still embodying it, and you can let all those magical things start to happen. So I just love your story. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
Yes. And this podcast is going to always like kind of evolve and see where the universe takes us. So, and I know you and I can talk about all these fun spiritual tools and tips and things that we have happen to us like all the time. So I hope that everyone each week tunes in each time that we're on together, whatever that ends up being, to hear what fun things we end up talking about, because the hair was definitely not on the list. So thank you, Spirit Team, for giving us a really, really cool, inspiring example that we both could share with other people. So that's really awesome. So the next thing I know we were going to do is pull an angel card. And Sienna and I happen to have the same deck. It's the deck that I introduced cards to Sydney and Sienna. Gosh, it's been a couple years, right?
Yeah, it's been about 2 years, I think.
Yeah, 2 years. And I remember I really just felt called to share this with both of them, because not only because of my passion, that's really wasn't it. It was really just trying to find a connection to their dad. So to me, I was like, gosh, I knew that they were interested in angels. I definitely knew Sydney was, because she has a little angel stuffed animal not stuffed animal, but a little stuffed angel.
Yeah.
I knew her when she was a baby and had night terrors and was struggling sleeping for many, many years. And so when I showed them the angel cards, and they both like loved them, and then Sienna was like, hey, can I get a deck for Christmas? Was it Christmas for your birthday, right?
Yeah, it was Christmas.
Yeah. So right away, she's like, can I get a deck for Christmas? So I was like, sure. So I got Sienna the exact same deck that I have. So what we're going to do is each pull a card, and Sienna, you can go first.
Okay.
And tell everyone what your card is and how you see it being relatable to maybe something you have going on in your life right now.
Okay. I'll shuffle right now.
Oh my God. Mine, it's crazy. And everyone out there, you can easily find some archangel oracle cards online, on Amazon, at a local bookstore, at Barnes and Nobles. There's a gazillion of them out there.
Yeah.
And if the angels don't resonate with you, pick something that resonates with you. It doesn't matter, right?
Yep.
How many decks do you have now total?
Okay, let me count right now. I see them, so.
9. 9?
Yes.
Okay, that's really freakish, because I have 9 too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's really weird. Oh, that's so weird. Yes, we both have 9 decks.
And I pulled my card, so.
What'd you get?
I got sensitivity from Archangel Haniel.
Ooh.
And I'll read it right now on the card.
Perfect.
It says, you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings.
Wow. And how can you take that away at all? And as far as anything you're going through that you feel like sharing?
Yeah. So sometimes I can get like a little angry and I try to push it away, but I know that it's not good to do that. And it's good to just think about it and realize why I'm angry instead of just pushing it away and making it worse.
That is amazing advice, and something that a lot of people out there really struggle with is not really healing the feelings that they're feeling. So it just kind of bottles up or compounds with other things, and then people end up feeling worse or even kind of exploding, right? In like a temper tantrum or yelling at somebody.
And it also says spend time alone in nature to further develop your sensitivity. And I really have been wanting to spend more time in nature. So.
Yeah. Well, you do an amazing stand-up job of being outside. So are you saying you want to just live outside the whole time?
Yeah, I want to make that effort to be out there more because I'm already out there a lot, but I would like to be out there a lot more than usual.
Wow. That's really awesome. Well, you tell your mom that you want a really big tent in the backyard. You have a big backyard. So, yeah. And actually, Jake, your stepdad, is really talented. He might end up making something for you.
Yeah, he actually did make a deck outside in kind of by the forest, and I meditate on it and just journal, read, pull cards.
That's awesome. So is that like your own sacred space in the backyard?
Yes.
And who joins you out there?
My cat, Lucky, and then sometimes my sister, Sydney.
Aw, that's awesome. And I know you sent me a picture, so I'll probably just post it online of you and Lucky. You're sitting on the deck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool pic. So the card that I picked, are you ready for this, Sienna?
Yeah.
Teaching and learning.
Oh, of course.
From Archangel Zekiel. Keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach those ideas to others. And I'll read the additional message from the book. You are a spiritual teacher and an avid learner. Learning and teaching are linked in a perfect cycle in which information comes to you when you need it. Teach others about the topics that awaken your passions. The more you teach, the more your lessons are reinforced within yourself. Be open to sharing new ideas and learning about topics that aren't in your immediate sphere of interest. Your students will teach you in many ways too. There you go.
Yeah.
Trust in your teaching and learning abilities as your mind is one with the divine mind of God. You are an intelligent and wise being. Know that it's safe in this lifetime for you to be outspoken in your teachings. Wow, that's an amazing thing, because obviously if any of you already follow me, you know I'm extremely passionate about sharing. That is definitely something that is huge to me, and it really, really came to me, and I think I just talked about it on my podcast with Deborah Lupian, that, I'm not looking for validation. I don't need someone to go, oh, I love your podcast, or, oh, your beautiful picture. I mean, that's nice, sure, and I appreciate that. That's very kind. However, what really lights me up is when someone takes something that I shared, whether it's something I thought of or shared from another teacher or tool, and tells me how they used it, they took action, and it transformed their life or made them happier or more success or abundance, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just, I love to hear what action you actually took. There you go. There's lots of A's. That's really my purpose. That's anyone's purpose as a teacher. It's not my special purpose. It's everyone's purpose as a teacher. So, go that extra step to take action on something. So something you heard in this podcast, even if it's a mindset shift, you don't have to make an altar in your bedroom like Sienna did. You don't have to get an oracle deck like we have. If you do, that's totally cool, and definitely reach out and share that information with us. It's more about going, gosh, I can fix something in my life by doing the work and taking some action. So there's so much lessons in there. And then this last sentence really speaks to me because it's something I've struggled with on and off. As if you know me, sometimes I'm a little outspoken and I might not be for everyone. And I totally get that. And that's why there's so many options out there in this world of different coaches, of different podcasts to listen to, and that you find what really resonates with you and you make those choices. So I love that it says, know that it's safe in this lifetime for you to be outspoken in your teachings. I think that's a perfect card for me. So anything else you want to add, Sienna?
Nope.
Yeah, well, this was awesome. You are a rock star.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did great. I knew you would. There was no doubt in my mind at all. And as I mentioned on the podcast prior to this one, when I texted Sienna, I said, hey, when you're ready, let me know. And right away, she's like, yep, it would be fun. I knew the timing was perfect. So divine timing for everything. And you have to trust the universe and know that's going to happen. So how can everyone get hold of you if they wish to connect with you?
You can reach me on email at petalthefirst@gmail.com.
Perfect. And I will put Sienna's email in the show notes. And I thank everyone for tuning in today. And if this podcast resonated with you, please feel free to reach out to both of us. You can find me on the goodkarmasuccesscoach.com, all over pretty much every platform except for any naughty ones. And my email is melinda@melindavanfleet. So if you're ready to work together, I would love to help you. And on that note, there's also something I wanted to circle back and mention. And it's in regards to the example that Sienna and I were talking about with her hair and manifestation and law of attraction. There are often many layers that need to get healed and worked on before something you're manifesting comes true, which often means it takes more time and it takes working with a coach. So again, I'd love to work with you. If you are ready, please contact me so we can work together. So until next time, thanks again for listening.
Bye.
Thanks for being an awesome co-host, Sienna. I love you.
I love you too.